to BizChicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. I'm here with my friend and co-host, Ms. Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from BizChicks, and we just want to welcome you to Tech Life Weekly, where we'll be discussing tech in a way that's easy to understand and to help take the hassle out of your hustle. We always like to get started with This Week in Tech. So, Fran, what do you have for us today?
Okay, so I am going to share my screen and then I'm going to let my little team in the back doing all the work, let them tell you what we got going on. So please stand by. I'm trying to figure out how to do this one.
How to share your screen?
Oh, I know how. I just wanted to do something else.
Okay.
And I want to do this. Am I sharing? Yes.
This Week in Tech History, July 10th, 1962. Telstar satellite launch and first transatlantic TV broadcast. On July 10th, 1962, AT&T launched the Telstar satellite, the first commercial communications satellite, which enabled live TV transmissions across the Atlantic that same night. Project Apollo decision. On July 11th, 1962, NASA officially chose the Lunar Orbit Rendezvous method for the Apollo lunar landing program, a decision pivotal to the success of the moon missions. July 7, 1981 and 1936. Phillips head screw patent, July 7, 1936. The first U.S. patents for the Phillips head screw and screwdriver were granted, enabling assembly line efficiency across manufacturing sectors. Donkey Kong release, July 9, 1981. Nintendo launched the arcade game Donkey Kong, introducing both Donkey Kong and Mario, then Jumpman. This arcade classic was instrumental in Nintendo's rise. Space and infrastructure. Skylab re-entry, July 11, 1979. The U.S. Space Station. Skylab made its uncontrolled re-entry into Earth's atmosphere, largely burning up over the Indian Ocean and parts of Western Australia. Real-world tech milestones. First scheduled U.S. passenger airline flight, July 11, 1928. The St. Petersburg-Tampa airboat line began the first scheduled passenger flight in the U.S., marking a milestone in aviation history. And now for tech-making history. NVIDIA hits a historic $4 trillion market cap. On July 10th, NVIDIA became the first publicly traded company to surpass a $4 trillion valuation, overtaking Apple and Microsoft. The milestone underscores NVIDIA's dominance in AI chips. UK Gov teams with Google Cloud to modernize public tech. The UK government launched a partnership with Google Cloud and DeepMind to retire legacy systems across public services, including the police, migrate workloads to the cloud, and train 100,000 civil servants in modern digital skills by 2030. And now, tech trivia. Google was originally called Backrub. In 1996, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, then graduate students at Stanford University, began working on a search engine project. They named it Backrub because the system analyzed the backlinks of the web to determine the importance of a given page, a novel approach to search ranking at the time. By 1997, they realized they needed a better name and eventually settled on Google, a play on the word Google, which refers to the number 1 followed by 100 zeros, symbolizing their mission to organize a massive amount of information. And that's your week in tech history. See you next time.
I'm sorry, I muted myself during the video just in case. I wanted to say I found that really entertaining that they had a new name. That's a good thing.
Right. And everybody, we thought Google was outlandish. What does that mean? I'm so glad it wasn't Backrub.
Really, really, because can you imagine? I'm just going to backrub that.
Okay, we would have been in some different places on the web.
Absolutely.
Places we probably wouldn't want to be on the web.
I agree. And
that was
the whole idea of aviation getting started, and a lot of things happened this week.
Yeah, so that was just, what stood out to me was the UK government teams. They teamed up with Google Cloud to modernize public tech. And so in that partnership, um, they're looking to retire their legacy systems across the public services industry in the UK, including the police. And they want to migrate the workloads to the cloud and then train 100,000 civil servants in modern digital skills by 2020. I'm sorry, by 2030.
Okay, so where are we going to get these 100,000 people? Because going into civil service doesn't seem to be a very secure career anymore.
Well, this is in the UK, though. This is not
okay.
here.
All right, we're good.
This
we're good.
is in the UK.
Okay. Then, so if you want to be a civil servant, you might want to change countries. But anyway, that's a whole other subject.
Yeah, so that's in the UK, and then the one story that I didn't put in there, that the quantum materials looks to make faster, make electronics 1,000 times faster than what they are now.
Okay, so are these minerals that we're trying to?
No, this is quantum. So researchers discovered that quantum compound 1T-TAS squared, or okay, I don't know, squared is 2 at the bottom or 2 at the top. Okay, that is yes. Now this one's on the bottom then. So this is totally past.
Okay, I hear you.
My brother would get this. When manipulated via thermal quenching, can mimic transistor-like behavior.
Okay.
Switching between insulator and conductor across months at practical temperatures. Okay, so this is just making a way for the electronics to be 1,000 times faster than the sand. Silicon is sand.
Okay.
And the chips and things are made with silicon right now, which is sand and glass.
Yes, silicon is glass. Go ahead.
Quantum is going to be it's not going to be sand and glass. Whatever the quantum is made up of, it'll be 1,000 times faster, but it's a different type. It's a different type of material that allows the processing that needs to happen in computing to move faster. So, and TJ might be able to jump in and explain a bit more. Hey, TJ.
Hello.
We were just talking about how researchers have discovered the quantum compound 1T-TAS, whatever that number is, that it will be 1,000 times faster than silicon.
This is what is this about?
Quantum materials. They're talking about how quantum materials are going to be 1,000 times faster. Right now, we use sand for silicon is sand or glass or what have you to make the chips.
Oh, okay.
Right. So they're going to, when they move to quantum, it's going to make it 1,000 times faster than what we got now.
Right, because quantum everything is going to speed up everything, even with computing, quantum computing and stuff. So, yeah.
Right. And so the materials that they're using are faster than what we have. We thought the little silicon chips that we got right now were fast.
Mm-hmm.
The material that they're going to be using in quantum is
it's going to be faster. That's why everything is they're calling it quantum.
Yeah.
Remember that TV show? I used to love it.
Yeah, I did too. And then the UK is teaming up with Google Cloud to so that 100,000 civil servants will be will have their skills upgraded digitally by 2030. And this is in all public service sectors in the UK.
Okay.
I was like, okay, their partnership with Google Cloud. Now, okay, Google does a lot of stuff. Just, yeah.
They do.
And I'm just like, oh, my experiences with Google stuff. TJ, I know, uses Google for some things, but I don't use Google platform in that manner.
Well, Google's tools are useful because they're free, and I always say, especially as business owners, use everything free until you find something that you like, and then you upgrade and pay for the, expanded storage or the extra tools or whatever. So Google has some great,
Tools.
stuff, and they're
Yeah.
putting AI into all of it. So
Right. And that's where the deep mind and things of that nature. So, okay, I guess the people working in civil service in the UK will be better equipped to answer your question when you need an answer. And they ain't got to look all, well, I'm sorry, we don't know what that is. You got you got deep mind in there now.
Mhm.
yeah.
So there should be no hiccups. And then Nvidia hit a $4 trillion market cap
Mhm.
yesterday.
Cool.
And that means my little stock should be up right now. The little piece of stock I bought, I need to go check and see if it went up. That is tech.
Somebody messed with my camera. Sorry.
No worries.
Camera.
Okay, so I don't know if you were here for the trivia, TJ.
No.
But okay, so what was Google originally called?
Oh, it's some weird name. I don't remember.
Well, for our viewers and you, it was called Backrub.
What?
Yep.
I was thinking Yannick's or something crazy.
Backrub.
Well, listen, they came up with YouTube, and it was crazy when YouTube first came out. We were like, YouTube, that's the stupidest name ever. Now it's like, okay.
Yeah, we thought Backrub was bad. I mean, we thought Google was bad because we were like, what does Google mean?
Exactly.
Okay. But Backrub, I'm glad they didn't go with that. And they were going to name it Backrub because the system analyzed the backlinks of the web to determine the importance of a given page, which was a novel approach at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then in 1997, they realized they needed a better name and settled on Google. So, okay, I guess in 1990, they actually called it Backrub, but and a year later, they changed it. That's when we didn't know about them. We didn't know who Google was. Okay. Anyway, that's your tech. That's your week in tech history and tech making history, and a little trivia.
Okay. Well, I have been looking at cars, and I was looking at EVs in particular. And I found this video about a car from China, an EV that's selling for $20,000.
Oh.
So yeah, I know. I know. And it caught my attention. And it's called the Xpeng, Xpeng. So let me see if I can share this, share my screen. Let's see here. Get in here and see if I can get this a little bigger. It says why China is winning the global EV race. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then let's see if we can get this.
Thanks to heavy government subsidies, the former nation of bicycles has become the world's leader in electric vehicles. whether you're buying the car or building the car, providing the electricity or assembling the battery, everyone in China is entitled to government money and assistance. It's led to dozens of Silicon Valley-type startups across the country, but only the fittest have survived. This is Xpeng in Guangzhou, where internet live streamers sell cars in real time. Barely a decade old, Xpeng is already in the world's top 10 EV producers.
Have a look, shall we? Sure. Okay, well, we are inside the Mona now. You were saying that this is a typical car for a first-time buyer. I mean, I've seen the type of car that first-time buyers normally buy. It doesn't really look like this. Talk me through what we've got here.
Yes, because we actually tailor for young customers' preference, such as this huge 15.6-inch screen with very smooth interaction with the customers. We even offer the 18 speakers as a standard.
18 speakers.
Sound systems
as
standard, and we offer these heated and ventilation seats, which usually, appear on the luxury models. So all the comfort features for our target customers.
Mike says that young people are increasingly turning away from the Western car brands that would have brought social status to their parents, and instead they're prioritizing ModCon features that the trendy domestic brands can provide.
Right.
We then went on a test drive of a model that wasn't even on the market yet.
导航去德利达广场。
好的，我们去第几个？
Their newest car has voice activation, an inbuilt entertainment system.
This is video streaming.
Correct.
It's also got genuinely impressive self-driving capability.
The car's just slowed down by itself.
By itself. My foot is actually off the brake pedal.
So you're not touching anything?
Not touching anything.
And it was quickly put to the test.
What are these guys doing? Whoa, these guys are going down the wrong way. These guys are driving down the highway the wrong way.
Yes.
To make a U-turn.
Yeah.
And we're still here.
Yeah, we are alive.
No one's been hurt.
Yeah.
This car's on the market for just $20,000. Having already fought off fierce competition within China, Xpeng is now looking.
We're selling well in Europe. We just launched in UK in March. We see tremendous interest in our products. It is, traditionally a stigma attached to some Chinese products. But I would say probably it's more related to probably older generation of Chinese products. European and UK customers seeing China can produce high quality and very good technology products.
Okay. So that's what I wanted to share with you, that they may be really taking over the EV market in other countries. $20,000, I may be in the market for an EV. I'm telling you.
Mark has a couple of comments. Mike said, I never thought video streaming is the best idea by the driver's seat. I mean, yeah, yeah, not a good idea. Now, if it's anything like in a Tesla, the screens, they don't function if the car is in motion. Yeah, you can, like, even if the video game is, it has to be the passenger person using the tools, or it does not come on. And the YouTube video was not coming on at all if you're driving. So, yeah. And then, okay, so I still don't think self-driving is advanced enough to do it, just because I'm not so much concerned about the car. I'm talking the other people on the road is the issue.
And I don't think that they really expect this car to drive autonomously, but just like some of our cars right now, they have sensors in them. You notice he said the car slowed down. So you know how when you're backing out, sometimes your car has the capacity to slow itself down if something is in the camera that's obstructing the path.
Yeah.
So this is where we're at. I mean, for $20,000, do we really expect it to drive itself, drive you home?
Well, but it can. The point is, It can, even at the $20,000 mark, the cars can already do it. Will they allow them to do it is the thing. And I don't think they should be let out just yet, because and it's not so much the car, it's the other people on the road and their weirdness, because you have to have roads that are conducive to, you know what I'm saying? Every road has not been mapped.
Built, yes. It's an infrastructure that has to be built in order to make that a smooth transition. But yes.
So what do you do? Like in this video, what do you do when somebody's on the wrong side of the road coming at you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he still has control of the car. I mean, the same thing you do if you didn't have these things.
Except in the robo-taxis, like Waymo and Tesla just started the robo-taxi in Austin. But Waymo, and there is no driver in the car. The passengers in the back seat. I need manual override. Let me push a button and take a steering wheel even from the back seat. But
yes.
Anyway.
Yes, and I saw where Toyota has something for $18,000. I don't know what that will be after taxes, but so things are coming down in terms of being accessible to the masses.
Right, and they're talking about taking away the incentives for electronics in the United States. I don't know about wherever. They're taking away the $7,500.
Everything's subsidized. The buyer, the manufacturer, the infrastructure, the chargers, everything is government subsidized.
Right. So, and that's fine. I'm just talking about here. They're taking away that incentive for people to buy. And so they're telling you, well, let's if you want to get a power wall or whatever. If you want to do it, you need to get on it before the end of the year. I think December something, they're going to be doing away with that incentive.
Okay. So there we are.
TJ, you back in the other room where there's air conditioning?
You're muted.
Yeah, you are muted, my dear.
I got my fan going like I'm at a Beyonce concert. She always have her fans and my hair is always moving.
Mark said that those incentives expired in September.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, thank you, Mark.
All right, I'm just pulling up my notes. So
I think California still has incentives for you. You just because before it was the government and California, and it was a nice little chunk off your taxes.
Okay.
But that ain't happening no more. Oh, he said they expire in September. I don't know why I thought we were there. September 30th, they expire. Thank you, Mark. And anywho.
Okay. I think I'm ready. It's not too much this week, but what we have is juicy.
Okay, let's be juicy.
Okay, so let's see the social media news and updates for this week. I'm going to start with let me see. Yeah, we'll do this one. Meta is gifting verified to select creators. Verified is the blue check mark. So Meta is running a program which includes gifting Meta verified to select creators. So they're telling these creators they're eligible to get access to Meta verified for free for 1 year as a means to increase interest in keeping it past the year. Here's a freebie and you'll love it and you'll pay when it expires. And they're doing that for select creators because guess what? Those creators have lots of followers. So They're going to come over and they're going to get Meta verified. Not. But Meta's trying it. Okay, so this Meta verified offers creators enhanced support, more account protection, and add-on profile elements in addition to the blue check mark to signify identity in the app. So Meta is pitching this as, oh, this is a reward for valued creators, and this is going to help you with the in-app experience, and it's going to be great. Yeah. So Meta wants to do that because I think we talked about this, about Meta verified and Snapchat Plus, and all of these things don't bring in a lot of revenue for the company, but it is an add-on value. It's more gravy than the meat and the potatoes. So, you know, it's a company, so they need revenue to keep their shareholders happy, so they can say, hey, we've had this increase, we've had that increase. So don't look for these subscription things to go away. And they're going to stay low cost. Well, Meta verified isn't low cost, but Snapchat Plus is like, was it $4 a month and stuff? So it's like, you know, it brings in a little bit of revenue.
Okay.
And I think Mark has a comment.
Mark says this Meta idea must be from the same brilliant minds that brought us Quibi and CNN Plus.
Yeah, so you and Mark's right. You can see when one platform does something, they all pile on. Like, remember streaming? Remember it was just Netflix streaming, and now all of a sudden every network had a Peacock, a Disney Plus, a Hulu Plus, because they all saw that first one go into the water, so to speak, and they were like, okay, well, we're going in with our little subscription. But a lot of those things don't work because people are like, well, especially with TV, if you have a free channel like NBC, hello, I'm not going to pay for your extra. You're free. And then they put these they put these other programs that you want to watch, and they say, well, you got to go to Peacock.
Yes.
It's not free.
Yes.
Well, I think Peacock is free, and there's some different levels. But
no, Peacock tries to do like Hulu, who tries to do like whatever. So it's not free. There's ones that have the little lock on them.
Yes.
You have to have a different plan. You have
to upgrade.
Yeah, you got to upgrade. If it got a lock on it, you got to upgrade. And Prime does that too.
Yes, they do.
I'm mad about that. Prime, it used to be free. Like, I had Prime, I could watch. Now it's like, oh, well, you need to pay $3.99, and you need to do this, and you need.
And there's seem like it's only the ones I want to see.
That's what I'm saying.
All the British mysteries.
It's the ones you want to see. The ones you want to see. So
I was like, what the? Wait, so why am I paying you Prime?
What? That's my thing. Why am I paying Prime and now I can't see what I want to see? And it's usually all like the English dramas from the UK and stuff. They're like, oh, you gotta no. So that's what's going on here. All of these companies see that subscription is a thing, and they're trying it to see that if we can get a little bit of extra gravy, and, you know, put it on our annual report of, you know, to the shareholders, and to look, this is bringing in money, and look at the things we're doing to make you money, they will do it. So that's what Meta's doing here. So they're using it with the influencers and the large creators with large followings.
One more little thing about that. I looked at Prime. Prime is also offering Apple TV, which Apple TV has their own stuff, right? So Prime is offering Apple TV. They're offering Max. They're offering HBO, Max, something else. So Paramount. All of these things are being offered under Prime, but then Paramount has their own stuff. This is like, you take one pill and then you got side effects, and now you need to have a pill for that.
It's messed up.
I was like, there is way too much stuff.
It's messed up
going on. And Mark says, as one who decided that Jeff Bezos didn't need my money to rent Venice, I canceled my Prime at the end of last year and have been fine without it. And now if you're ordering a lot of stuff and you want it to come fast, maybe.
Me. That's me.
But
I can't go to things like people that live other places. You have a car and you can go to things. I don't have that. Things have to come to me. So, and then a matter of fact, I'm in this mess right now because one of the chain pharmacies is closing in my neighborhood, and now I'm trying to find out where I can get another pharmacy, and I gotta go way over there and here and there, and it's just a mess. So for me,
and Prime or Amazon offers pharmacy.
Yeah, I was looking in that. I was
like, wait, so you can go to the doctor on Amazon.
You can do everything on Amazon. It's just for if you live in a large urban area. I'm sorry, like New York City, to get to things costs an extra amount of money because you don't want a car here because we have mass transportation that like it takes you everywhere. But do you want to go when you got things that can come? Because I can order from Amazon right now and have it come in 2 hours, and I can go and do other things. So.
And so that is worth the $16.99 or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, but they need to put all the movies back. Put all the movies back in Prime that you were giving us.
Exactly. So, and I'm just sorry, everything is expensive here. So I gotta get things where it's like this is the least cost for me. Unfortunately, it's that. So I understand that other people are doing things, but I have to do what's right for me. So I don't agree with this person, but hey, they got a distribution center or a system that I have to use. So
and it works. See, that's the other thing. The system works.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it works.
You know, they set up a system that actually works. And so don't mean we have to like the people.
No, I don't like any of it. Honestly, if I could get away with not using Meta, I would not. I would use it. I would use something better, but there's nothing and we talked about this on Tuesday, Fran. Remember I was showing the slides with the global use and what was the biggest one as far as like sending your website link, I think it was Facebook.
Yep.
That people click on links, which is what you want as a business owner. I want you to click on my link and go and buy my thing. Facebook is the only one that's doing that. Instagram doesn't have a link. Or else they would be, you know, number 1, number 2. So
right.
Okay, so let me move on to another. Oh, and there's the noise. Okay, TikTok. Now I don't know if you heard there was a little scuffle this week of TikTok is developing a new version of the app just for people in the US. Just for people in the US. Everybody got all upset. Why are you doing this? And because there's some, you know, there's some deception there. You just want us, and you want to, and all that talk to come to find out that now TikTok is saying they're not doing it. So let me read this. This is straight from TechCrunch. So Reuters reported that TikTok is currently in the midst of developing a standalone version of the app for US users, which is expected to operate on a separate algorithm and data system from the main TikTok app, which is what the whole thing that we're in now is. They want to separate it. So that was the story. And they're saying that the US only version of TikTok was supposed to be called M2. I don't know where they get this name from, would utilize a replicated and customized version of the app's code base, including a revised algorithm. But now that was, I think that was Monday or Tuesday. And then, after that initial report, TikTok has published a short statement that refused to report. And they say the recently posted Reuters story, which is based on anonymous, uninformed sources, is factually inaccurate. So TikTok is saying that no, they are not making a special USA version of TikTok app, and it's all separate. Now remember, we're still in this loop, this dance of every 90 days that guy says, okay, you can stay. He rubber stamps it like, yeah, I did this. TikTok is still safe. Use it for 90 days. So we're still in that loop. They're still going to court about who's buying it. China's not selling, and it's a dance. It's just looping and looping and looping. And meanwhile, people who use TikTok are happy because they're using TikTok. So now we have this story, and then unfortunately Reuters picked it up, which is a kind of a credible media outlet. They ran with it, and then people got all upset. So,
well, maybe Reuters had it right, and somebody else lied, and they just said
something going on. It could be that TikTok hurt because people are upset. Like negatively, like on the negative, it wasn't a positive. So TikTok might have went, okay, let's pull the story back by saying that was factually inaccurate. Legal speak.
Okay. Mark has a comment. He says, when the Orange Menace has turned up everything upside down, the only way we'll probably know is when we log on and TikTok is no longer there.
Exactly. We're in this headlock of China's not selling, but on this side of the world, oh well, we're doing this with TikTok, and we're going to get this, and Oracle is going to buy it, and they're naming all these people. Oh, Bill Gates and Microsoft, and none of that is happening. So in the meantime, while Mark calls them the Orange Menace, which I love that. And the Orange Menace, Dennis the Menace. Orange Menace is sitting over here rubber stamping, signing things, not reading it. Because that's what he does. He signs things, he doesn't read it. They just put it in front of him and he signs it. So TikTok, you're alive until I think it's September 17th. I think September. So we'll be back again with, I'm going to sign this paper, and TikTok gets another night. So it's just 90 days. So they figure out, that China's not going to sell. Mark is making jokes over there. I love it.
He said, I heard that Dr. Tachi is buying it, but you didn't hear that from me.
It's, until it is what it is, just keep using it and ignore the Tachi talk. I like that. That's kind of cool, Tachi talk. Just keep using it if you're using it. And just, all of this, we're in such a different headspace from, when did this start? 2 years ago, 3 years? We're in a different headspace now where we've had data breaches, and this person has your data, and they're doing stuff in the government, and this group, this company is.
So
somebody's got your stuff. Already.
So this is what you have been talking to us every Tuesday and all the way back to when we first started. Make sure you got a plan with your people in another place, just in case one of these apps decides to go south and decides we don't want to play anymore.
Yeah, we don't want to play. All your data. And this is the reason why, like on the last 2 Tuesdays, we've been talking about data, like social media data, digital data, worldwide data of internet use, and how much time they spend on social media and blah blah blah, because that's where everybody is. They're not at, I keep saying, they're not at the mall, they're not reading the paper. Some people listen to radio, but not a lot. Mostly people are online on the internet and social media. And unfortunately, if you're a business, fortunately, I think it's a good thing. If you're a business owner, that's where they are, because guess what? They're all corralled in one little group. There may be a lot of apps, but they're all over there on social media. You just have to figure out, where are my people? Are they on Instagram? Are they on TikTok? Are they on Pinterest? Are they LinkedIn? And then guess what? Instead of being on all of the platforms, you're going to be on Facebook, number one, because that's where everybody is. Whether they're hanging out or not, they got an account. Maybe Instagram if you've got the time, and then the specialty one where your people are. Like if you're a B2B, you got to be on LinkedIn. got to be there because that's where B2B people hang out. So it's just one of those things. But you know, we have to deal with social media because that's where everybody is. I'm not saying I love it. And then throwing AI in the mix, and we got a whole bunch of man, that AI, man, it's okay. So we've got one about AI, but let me move on to YouTube because YouTube has been doing some things, even though it was a holiday weekend, which is, you know, I was like, it's gonna be a lot of sparse with the news because everybody's on break, but there's things. So YouTube has done two things this week. YouTube is getting rid of the trending section. So they're going to sunset the trending section that shows users which videos are currently going viral on the platform. But they are not stopping the tracking of that, the charts. They're just moving it to a different spot. So the trending page and trending now list will be removed. And they're saying they're going to shift the attention towards expanding YouTube charts, which ranks top performing content. Now, YouTube charts is their own separate website, and I believe it is YouTube charts. Did I have it? I think I had it to show you. Let me see. Oh, yep, I got it. So let's check a real quick. So it's charts.youtube.com. And I'm going to bring it up. I remember how to do the share. Yep, I remember how to do it. Yep, I'm like, yeah. Okay. All right, so and let me switch over because it's dark for me. So this is YouTube charts. So trending will go over here. Now, if you notice, what's here? Music.
Yeah.
Because YouTube. Right, YouTube has a YouTube Music, and then this is. But there's also at the top there's trending music videos, songs, artists, shorts songs. That's kind of wonder what that is. So I'm gonna click on trending, but again, it's music videos.
Oh,
it's all music videos. So I'm like, well, where's the trending like? The trending
for videos that we just want to see.
Right. But see, they're taking us over to music. I'm like, what's up with that? All right. Let me take.
So technically they just got rid of trending for just the regular videos. And
yeah. So let's go back to this article and see what's going on. Because I went over, I was like, that's music. I don't care about that. Okay, so YouTube is directing users to lean on personalized recommendation and YouTube charts to explore new videos ahead of the trending pages removal. YouTube charts allows users to see the most popular content for specific categories, which currently includes music videos, podcasts, and movie trailers. Here we go. YouTube says it will add more content category charts over time. And also that trending gaming videos can still be found on the Gaming Explorer. Okay, so the gamers can still have their little thing. So when I think of trending, I'm like trending videos. But but this looks like something from their music, YouTube Music, and the charts. And then they're just going to wrap everything up all in one. But right now it's music and podcasts and movie trailers. So they're going to do that. And they're saying they're making a change because trends are shaped by many different videos created by diverse fandoms, leading to more micro trends than ever before. And they're saying that YouTube sees that viewers are finding trends through various places, including recommendations, search, and comments. In the past, people would discover trending content to watch through the trending tab, but now they're being fed content through personalized algorithmic recommendations. So this shift has made YouTube decide to make a charts.youtube.com. And right now it's music, but it'll be everything.
Mark said, let me know when they have trending dark horse option.
Okay, Mark. So that's what YouTube is doing now. Here's the biggest story of the week that everybody went, the sky is falling and screaming and crying and throwing up a hands and people just, whoa. All right. YouTube is preparing to crack down on mass-produced and repetitive videos. But this got spun out on social media as YouTube is taking away AI-generated videos, which is not true. I've seen it, and how I found this story was I saw earlier this week that on social media, on Threads or wherever I was, that YouTube is taking away. If you make an AI video, they're taking it down. Not true. Not true. Because YouTube, Google has this VO3 and all the other AI tools. They're not going to do that. What this is targeting the term AI slop. Has anybody heard that? Because I think I might have mentioned it last week or somewhere.
You mentioned it on Tuesdays.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's happening? They're calling it AI slop, SLOP. This is because, and it really came out after the Google VO3 announcement a few weeks ago. These tools are prolific and easy to use. And this gets into what I talk about with content. Just because you can make something doesn't make it great. What people are doing is making crappy stuff and posting and going, I'm going to make money, especially on YouTube. On YouTube, there are a lot of videos where it's a picture and then they loop music for 11 hours. YouTube doesn't want that. And because people are doing that because they're trying to get into the YouTube partnership program to make money. So now YouTube is coming in saying, we're not going to do that. We're not going to let you make these repetitive stuff. We're not going to let you steal other things and anything that's on a loop like that. That's kind of mindless stuff. They're going to I don't even know if they're going to get rid of it, but it won't be monetizable is the main thing.
That's what it was said. That's what was said. You will not be able to monetize it.
Right.
They'll let you put it up.
Yes.
But you will not be able, you're not getting paid for
because that's what people are doing. They're making these, I'm going to make a 3-hour video. I'm going to make an 8-hour video of this one song that loop. And then they put a picture with flying things and that's all you have. Now that's great if you need some kind of background humming noise, white noise.
Right.
To go to sleep or just to fill up. That's great for that. But and also Fran says that they're not going to take it away. They're going to demonetize it, which means you can't make money off of it, which means there's going to be less of it because people are only doing it to make money. Okay.
Correct.
Now let's talk about the AI videos of and Fran, you have the what's the channel? Is it
Zenny Studio.
Zenny
Studio, yeah.
Which is great videos, and it's they have a talking head animated lady, and she's presenting information. They're not going to touch that. Because that, yes, it's AI generated with the, the animation. I don't know if the voice is animated. AI generated, and maybe or may not. But they're presenting information that is helpful and useful and valuable to a community. Right. They're not taking something and just running on a loop. It is, okay, this week we're going to show you how to do this. Or this week we're going to show you how to do that. And all those kind of things. Also, if you're doing a news kind of channel, you can still do an AI animated journalist talking, but you're not making AI slop. You're using AI to make something valuable. That's the key.
And she talked, and I watched her video yesterday on it because she did a story on it. She said, she said exactly what you just stated. You have to have content, not just repetitive stuff. You have to have content. So her video is going to be still getting monetized or whatever.
Yeah, that channel's fine.
Yes,
there's no
she's
problem.
teaching you about it. She's teaching you how to's, and it's not just
using AI tools. And see, this is one of the things that everybody got so happy online. It was like, yay, they're coming after the AI videos. No, they're coming after AI slop videos where people are just making mindless stuff because they want to get into the YouTube partnership program. See, they're getting rid of that. YouTube's partnership program is you and YouTube being in a partnership where you're providing valuable content and YouTube is serving ads and giving you a share of the profits. That's it. But if you're not making valuable content that reaches an audience that does whatever it needs to do, entertains, educate, infotainment. Always bring that up. Educate, inform, entertain, making a group of people happy. Not here's a loop of a video that's 11 hours. I've seen them. 11 hours, one image, and it just plays the music over. And I was like, how is that 11 hours? Because they want to get into the partnership program. All right, so let me get into the article. I want to read it because it's really good. So YouTube is preparing to update its policies to crack down on creators' ability to generate revenue from inauthentic content, including mass-produced videos and other types of repetitive content. See, repetitive content, things that have become easier to generate with the help of AI technology. On July 15th, the company will update its YouTube partnership program monetization policies with more detailed guidelines about what kind of content can earn creators money and what cannot. And see, here's the deal. I saw another video. They were saying that YouTube already has this into their terms and services. Like, you're not supposed to put up content. Like, it was never, you were never allowed to do it. It's just now they're coming in and policing it and say, okay, we're coming in to clean it up. It was always there. They're just reinforcing the policy. So they're saying that with the rise of AI technology, YouTube has become flooded with AI slop, a term referencing low-quality media or content made using generative AI technology. Now, I think that there needs to be a little determination in there. It's not just that content made with generative AI technology. It is, I call it crap. Stuff that just and here's another example. I saw another video where the person was saying that people are going to Reddit and going to the Reddit subreddits where people are asked. There's one called AI, Am I the A-hole? And the person puts a personal story up of this happens. Am I the A-hole? And then people come in and chime in. There's also other places where people go for therapy, you know, to ask questions about this. They ask all kind of things on Reddit. But people are taking those posts and making videos on YouTube, word for word, with AI, with an AI voice, reading the post. Some of them would. So that kind of stuff, you're really not supposed to be taking people's posts like that and turning it into content. So that's the AI slop.
You mean plagiarism?
Yes.
Oh no. You mean I'm just going to steal some of your stuff. And see, there are people that I follow and I have to watch and be very mindful because I got to look to see who it is at the bottom. Right. Yes. Because they'll take an image of the person, put it in there, put a thumbnail, whatever it is, and that's not the person's video. Right. They have altered the voice with AI. Yes. And took some of their content because you can take the transcripts. Right. You can use people's information online. There's a certain way you have to do it. It's called fair use, and there's other like ethical things that you're supposed to do. Like Fran says, you're not supposed to just straight copy and paste or screenshot or read somebody's post word for word, slap it on YouTube and say, I'm getting monetized. That's not the purpose. Right. And it's easier because of AI tools, which we're supposed to be using. I always tell the story or this analogy of a screwdriver. Screwdriver in a person in good hands is habitat for humanity. A screwdriver in a person who has nefarious or they got other evil intentions, they're going to harm somebody. But it's not the screwdriver's fault. So here we are again. Social media was that screwdriver. It still is. Now we're in AI. So, but the thing is that the discussion online, people were having parties and going celebrating because they was like, YouTube is going to stop all AI technology, which is not, because they've got technology tools for you to use. And remember, I always tell you, what is the number one thing that all of these platforms want? They need content. Think about Netflix. Netflix is nothing without content. Correct. YouTube is nothing without the you. That's why it's called YouTube. You, the user, the creator
uploading videos. They're just coming in and going, okay, well, we don't want this and this is that because it's not serving a purpose. You must serve a purpose because on the other side, YouTube has to keep their advertisers happy. This is another thing. Advertisers are unhappy with their businesses being advertised or, you know, being associated with these things, which is AI slop. So here we are. It's all getting cleaned up. But this thing was just growing this week and people got afraid and well, what do I do? And so a lot of helpful channels, a lot of helpful people have come out, like Fran said, the Zinni, and then there was a couple I saw. People coming out clarifying. YouTube is just saying we're not going to allow this inauthentic and repetitive content because it's choking up. It's, you know, it's also, it gets into the user. A lot of these platforms are into what they call the user experience. I've talked about this too. If I don't have a good experience on YouTube, I'm not going to come back because YouTube served me something. I was like, I didn't like that. And that's okay. But YouTube wants to make this where it is definitely family friendly. If your content isn't family friendly, you can still post it. You're not going to get monetized. And that's the thing where people are going, well, I got to make money on YouTube. They're not thinking about being helpful. They're not thinking about entertaining people. They're not thinking about giving out the correct information. They're like, well, YouTube has the best partnership program. I think it's 45%.
55 to us.
55% for the content creator, which no other platform does that. So I'm going over to YouTube. I want some of that money. I'm just going to throw up some junk. I'm going to throw up some crappy stuff, some junk, and then calling it. Now you can do it with AI easily. A few seconds, boom, boom, boom. You got videos. YouTube is saying, hold up. We're not, you can post it. And it might get to the point where if it's too much of that, they might just go, no. They might tell AI if you recognize your brother, your sister, because there's stuff in the background of AI and nobody knows it. There's stuff in the background of AI that AI recognizes AI. That's my family. They know that. Right now, the platforms are letting it come in. But if it ever gets to the point where, okay, this is too much, the user experience of the user using this platform is not great. And people will say why they don't like it. They'll go in, okay, everything that has that AI code, we're going to filter it, tone it down, turn it down. They can do that. So we're not there yet. But we could get there real easily. So these are all things to consider. But this was the story of the week. What does everybody think of that?
Well, you know, we do have an AI channel, our Biz Chicks Tips channel, but it's new content every 3 days. I think it is. You get a tip on business and it is AI generated, but the tips are good. They're not. It's not. And
they're not. YouTube not coming after that.
And it saves us time because we are actually giving out tips that can help you take the hassle out of your hustle.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is good. And I don't have to keep trying to write it.
Instead of a week, it takes a few seconds.
Yes.
But you take your information, your knowledge, and you can make the AI, you know, remember Terralina brought that story about the journalists on TV.
Yes,
Talking Heads.
Channel
I'm
1
like, that's gonna be a thing.
Channel 1.
Yeah, that's gonna be a thing because it's not about the presentation of the person on screen because we're going to get so used to seeing AI. Yeah. It's going to be about the content. It's always about the content. Always.
In the content matters to, like, if I don't care if you tell me how to do a baked potato. I don't care if the AI told me how to do the baked potato, if TJ, as long as I learned how to bake the potato, that was valuable content to me.
Yes, exactly right. And now because it used to be, well, I'm not going to watch an AI person do, but now AI is so good.
It's so common.
I'm like, can I trust that? I'm like, is that a real person? You used to be able to tell. Now it's like, I'm like, I think that's AI. But
yeah, no, we got Brittany who introduces the show and who closes the show for us.
Mm-hmm.
But
she
see,
just doesn't ever change her top.
Right.
You know what
It's
I mean?
gonna get to the point where you're not gonna, that line won't be there. It's gonna be like Fran says, it's gonna be about the the content, like the morning shows, the Today Show, CBS has one and stuff. They're not going to have real people anymore. They're gonna be either a representation of, say, Gayle King or whoever, or a new person, AI, and they're going to look so real, and they're going to read the news, because the production of the TV show, the costs go down, but the value is still there. See, the value has to be there.
Because the story is still the story. Just like we did a story on tech history. Okay, I went out and gathered the information on tech history, and I picked stories that I thought would be interesting for tech history. I could have had Brittany read it.
Yeah.
I had AI did read the story today and added the video to it. But I'm the one who put I picked what's going to go in the story.
Yeah. See,
so
the human element there.
The producer in the future is going to be the thing. Okay, who is that in a newsroom? It's the person picking the stories, and then they just going to put it in the computer, and Channel 1 personnel is going to be reading the thing.
Exactly. So I just thought of this. Like, remember years ago in Hollywood, if they wanted to do a picture in Paris, they would all have to pack up and go to Paris, because Paris, you need the Eiffel Tower, you need where is it in Paris? So you would have all of these production things, all of this cost. Now it's like, okay, they used to just, we're going to go to Vancouver, Canada, or because it looks like New York. So like, instead of coming to New York, they would just go to Vancouver or whoever, because now they can do AI and do an exact replica of what they need. Like, I don't need to go to Paris. I don't need to go to New York. The AI is going to do it for me. And then, but you're still going to have the human behind it, because the story needs to be told.
Yes.
See, AI can't write it. They can write a story, but does it make sense? Does it connect? Is there a human element? No. So you always need that. That's why I always say these people that are complaining, well, the graphic designer, oh, AI took my job. Well, use AI, learn AI, because you have the experience of the set design or what it should look like, because they need to do that through your eyes. So, but this is what YouTube is doing. They're doing this. People are so happy because they thought, oh, YouTube is going to bring down all the AI generated videos, and they're not. Just the ones that don't bring any value, and the ones that, like I said, it's a picture and a loop of music, and it just goes on for 3, 5, 6 hours, and it doesn't bring any value.
And it's not, because just like you, TJ, sometimes I'll turn on a video of ocean just because I need to chill while I'm working. Okay, those are still going to be there. And a lot of those are produced definitely with AI, because nobody's going to put a camera on the beach and roll it for 8 hours and then edit. Okay, no.
Yeah, so Mark has a comment.
Mark, you can always tell when the anchor man has 4 fingers on one hand and 6 on the other. That is not a birth defect.
I know you have to zoom in on a picture or watch something real closely. But again, it's going to get to the point where it's going to get the hands right. The eyes will be correct. Everything's going to be correct. And will we care? I said no. Now, 2 years ago, I would have said we would care. Now we're not, because of the value part of it.
Now, so what we are going to need to question is the content. Is the information accurate? We don't care, because the
AI person is talking. Okay, yeah, great.
Okay, whatever.
Great.
But is what they're saying accurate? Go ahead.
That's the scary part.
So we're not going to shoot the messenger. We're just concerned about whether or not the message is correct.
Right.
Exactly.
And speaking of that, there was a line in the article I wanted to point out. They said that they were giving out examples of the AI slop, and they said in another example, a true crime murder series on YouTube that went viral was found to be entirely AI generated. So they made up this whole, it was supposed to be a true crime, which means true story. This happened. Yeah. Come to find out that it was entirely made up with AI, which that's not a problem, but it should be labeled as AI generated AI entertainment, not true crime.
Okay, because true crime means that this crime actually took place.
Yeah.
So it cannot be labeled almost true crime. We can have the almost true crime station, but not true crime. You have to call it
something, you know, the something serial. What was that? The Agatha Christie murders, or the
right.
What was the other one with Angela Lansbury?
Oh, Murder, She Wrote.
Yes.
Call it something else, but not true crime. Don't be lying.
Right. And so another example they had in an article was that fake AI generated videos about news events like the Diddy trial. They rack up millions of views, but they're not factual because people are making up stuff to be sensational. See, that gets into what Fran was saying about, is it factual information? We're crossing a line there.
Yeah. Mark said, given that AI has Yahtzee tendencies, depending on its programmers, we see you, Grok. We will definitely have to be very mindful of checking our sources. That part. Okay. Just like this Reuters story. Was that is that lie? I mean, is it true or false? Okay, we need to go check some other sources to find out if that's actually true.
Right. And I'm glad that Mark brought up the Grok, GROK. That's the X AI tool. There was some news about that the tool was bringing up, talking like a Nazi or something, and it was saying somebody suing because it was saying about being they were going to sexually assault the person that was talking with it. I think the CEO of X left. A whole bunch of people left over it. Coca-Cola and all these other companies have left the advertising, which it should have been. You guys should have left this thing. It should have been gone away from, but you're using it for some reason. So that's what Mark is talking about, that the Grok AI tool went crazy this week and said a whole bunch of things. And Elon was like, he doesn't care. He said he announced something on top of it. But if you stay after that, where it's spitting Nazi stuff at you, like negative, hateful Nazi things at you, you stay and you still use it. And then what I don't get is some people are paying the what's the fee that you make the longer posts, and I wouldn't give them my money, but you guys are giving them money. All because you think that people are using X, and it's not, because Threads is another story I had that, you know, it was a little bit, but Threads is overtaking X, is neck and neck with the amount of users, daily active users. I've seen a lot of activity on Threads, but see, we won't know. I think it's 350 million users now, but we won't know the true number of users on X because that is a private company. So I think Musk has come out and said, oh, they got 600 million users. I'm like, that I don't believe that. He can make up any number he wants because everything's behind the curtain. See? Meta has to release the numbers.
So this is what I found. Grok AI, built by xAI, is available through X's Premium and Premium Plus subscriptions, with a free tier offering limited access. The Grok 4 and Grok 4 Heavy models have separate subscription costs, $30 a month for Grok 4 and $300 for Grok 4 Heavy. For X Premium, the cost is $8 per month, and for Premium Plus, it's $16 per month. However, access to Grok 3 features is also included with the Premium Plus subscription, which recently increased in price.
I mean, I've said how I felt about X for a while. I just don't report on it because I don't feel like it's not useful. It's fake it's fake and inflated as far as the importance of including it in your marketing strategy. That's how I feel about it. He's not going to give out truthful numbers. The AI tool that he's developed, it doesn't, if you stay after this, I don't know what to say.
So, okay, you know how we just talked about finding trusted sources to verify things. Once you find out a source is not trustworthy, just like to your point, why would we stay there?
And pay them.
And give your money to them. It's not a trustworthy source.
I've seen a lot of credible people, business owners pay. I'm like, but why? It's an inflated value. Here, let me show you. Let me bring up this article because it's from TechCrunch, and they were talking about X. So let me bring this. So as X loses the CEO, daily usage is down and competition is growing. So this is the article that was saying that Threads is neck and neck with X now, but we really won't truthfully know because Musk doesn't have to release any numbers. He doesn't have to release any numbers. He doesn't have to. He could say, I got 1 billion users. Not true, but he could say that. So how can you rely on that? So it says year over year, the Elon Musk owned social network has seen its daily active user base decline by roughly 10% as the second quarter 2025, according to new data. So they're saying new data that they got from Sensor Tower, but they had to estimate that because X is not, they're not giving us true numbers. While X's user base is still 65% larger than the Meta Threads and 10 times larger than its next biggest rival, Blue Sky, X's lasting victory in this space is not guaranteed. So see, it's not guaranteed. It's I want to say it's inflated. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Like how do we know? How do we know? All right, let me here we go.
Yeah, this is really interesting. The lady that was there, she stepped down 2 days ago, July 9th.
Yeah. How could you stay after the whole Nazi thing? Hello? How could you give them your money? I've seen lots of people, and I'm thinking either they're on autopilot or they're thinking their value, but it's value based on inflated or Wizard of Oz, not imaginary numbers.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Pay no attention. I think Elon came out with all of this. He didn't apologize. He came out and said, well, they're moving to Grok 3, or he announced like another level of it. And people eat it.
Grok 4.
Yes, Grok 4. They eat it up. I was like, I've forgotten about X.
People are okay. I'm gonna leave my comment. Shut up, friend. Okay. Well, okay. I do not need to give it airtime. Is my point. It is.
Yeah, I don't think about it until until it comes to me. Like this story came to me because everybody was like, "Oh, Grok is saying some Nazi stuff online," and then the other guy, he's going to sue because he was talking to the AI thing, and it said what it was going to do to him and all kind. But you're using it. Why? You're feeding the fire by using it. You're giving it oxygen. I don't like to give it oxygen.
Well, I was going to talk about a story earlier about how people are using AI to speak to individuals in their life who have passed so they can speak to the dead.
Yeah.
And they were talking about, some of the effects and the different things because they're doing these AI models of the deceased. And they're using transcripts from where they have had emails or messages,
letters and written things. Yeah. Okay.
So that their response is somewhat, but the results are convoluted.
Right. There was, I think it was NCIS. It could have been NCIS or another program like NCIS who did a story about this person, this woman who was a tech person, and she had a tech company that did exactly what you're talking about. You can talk to your loved ones again, and took audio files and whatever, plus and created a holographic of the person, like they did the holograph of Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson, and Tupac, and
then
Whitney. And people don't like it.
It's creepy.
Yeah, that's the word, creepy.
And you're muted, Terry.
That's what one individual said. It was creepy. Another individual said that they were happy to be able to have that last conversation. People have different,
right, but maybe the last conversation
should have been the last conversation.
Also, for people who may have missed, say, a loved one was in the hospital and they couldn't make it and they passed away, I wouldn't say not to do this. I would say if that's your thing,
and
go ahead. It's not for me.
Okay, so if you put the technology together where you can do it, then the people come and ask you for that. Okay. Right. But not just like, hey, you too can have your loved ones stick around a little while longer. It's
like I said, yeah, if that makes you feel better, fine. I always think of the movie Pet Sematary. That thing really scared me with the cat.
Yeah, when they brought back the
cat, I was like,
I tell you child. Okay, one of the things that they were concerned about is the fact that when you build these AI models, you're using a lot of the biometrics that banks, etc., are using to as pass keys to get into different accounts, etc. Yeah. So you have to be careful who you share it with once it is built.
Yeah, because like a picture, what if somebody took a picture of your loved one that passed with the eyes, and there was some kind of thing where you could see in the eye?
Recognition.
Yes.
Yeah. And
there's another side to that.
There's always another side. There's probably 3 sides to stuff. Just like with your biometrics, like if you get locked out of your phone and your facial rec doesn't work, they want you to put in some numbers.
Yeah.
Not just so, at least on the iPhone, you're not going to be doing just the face. When somebody can just put their face there. Yeah. It's like, no, you better know the code. And Exactly. Mark said, my AI doppelganger will also be ignored on social media decades after my passing. Mark.
This also reminds me of there's a Simpsons episode where they had the heads of famous people and they would talk. I remember they had the one where Richard Nixon was talk. They for some reason they had the heads of everybody famous and they were They went in the room and they were all talking. They told Richard Nixon to shut up. Like it's just funny how that I'm thinking of that in relation to the story of taking their their data and their speeches or their whatever and making a Richard Nixon
I can see this becoming a virtual experience that people will pay for, because how many times have people said, if you could have dinner with one famous person that's no longer with us, who would that be?
We're getting to the holodeck. I keep bringing up Star Trek.
You Star Trek. Hi, Professor. Walk in the holodeck. This is like Ripley's Believe It or Not, where they put all those wax figures in there. I don't know if they're still in San Francisco or not. But you walk in the room now, it's full on AI. And they talking to you, calling your name and stuff like, hold on, I don't know you.
Listen, they build that holodeck and the green screen, and you walk up there and you say whatever you want, and the thing just pops up, and you're in the middle of this. I just feel like that's a thing. That's going to be a thing.
The holodeck is coming.
It is. People want that. Because just like the story Charlie just talked about, well, okay, if I build my holodeck, I can talk to my dead parent or my sister or sibling or brother or uncle or grandfather or whatever. Because maybe they passed before I was born. Grandfather passed before you. If you've got the writings, if you've got this or that and a photograph, holodeck, have a conversation with them.
And right now you can have a conversation with the AI you have on your phone.
Yep.
You can literally, a lot of people are using their AI on their phone as a coach, a business coach. So what do you think? Well, have you considered blah, blah, blah? And they are using it as a business coach. Not because they've taken all of the information.
Yes. See, it's the old thing that we say in technology: garbage in, garbage out. If garbage goes in, garbage comes out. But if the good, as far as like the business coach or the strategy coach or marketing, if you got, say, a Gary Vee with all, and you align with the things he say, or Alex Hormozy or whoever, Mark Schaefer, I could put all of those people together, their writings or whatever, and make the tool and ask for business advice. And I know it's going to be sound because I've seen them.
Right.
I've heard them. I've read their stuff. So
Mark says shady psychics and mediums will be all over this. See, Uncle Freddie is here with us right now, telling you to give me the money.
Mark, you're right. And see, that's what I was saying about the people, when they see an opportunity to make money with AI, they're just going to roll with it. They don't care if it's ethical. And you're going to have people that want that. People are going to want that. And the psychic and the this and the that is going to be like, okay, I'll get, here you go. Instead of calling Miss Cleo on the phone, calm me down.
Miss Cleo might be
on Zoom with you.
We're going to be Miss Cleo. Miss Cleo is back.
See, it's all about data. It's all about information and data manipulation. And I take it back to the screwdriver. The data manipulation can be a good thing in the sense of being a business coach. I need a coach. I need somebody who's experienced. I mean, right now you can use Score. There's other programs, but some people are going to want to talk to AI. And if Score was smart, they would use that because they've got all of there's a screwdriver. The Score, because Score is the program where it's all supposed to be like retired business people and stuff, and they give you advice. They should make an AI tool out of that.
Instead of having to show up at a place or whatever, I can go in.
Time convenient. It fits my schedule. I might have one question. I might not need a session. I might just have a question, and if they've got an AI tool, load it up.
Mark said, by the way, I am now a psychic medium.
You could go to AI and ask it to do whatever. So if you wanted to do that, you could use AI for that.
Mm-hmm.
If it's on the
internet, talking to AI is not going to be okay. This is Mark. He said talking to AI is not going to be a replacement for a good coach or strategist because the truth is often more about what is not being said. And that's why you need to ask Mark Ward.
Yep.
You need to check in, and we got some great coaches here at BizChicks that you can talk to. Sometimes you just need a human.
Yeah, we'll always have that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll always have that, but there'll be and I say that because I always think about the younger generation. The way that they do things, they age up. And when they age up, they're not going to do what we're doing. They're going to do what they want to do.
So, and the gentleman, what's his name? OpenAI guy.
Sam Altman.
Yeah. The people in college, the people under college age are using AI to ask questions about their well-being and how to do different things.
The well-being, mental health, and everything. They are used to using things that way, and they will continue as they age up. They will continue to do those things. They'll just do them because, I get into the thing about Google. Like, there's a certain age that uses Google because that was the thing that we use. But Gen Z, Gen Alpha is not going to use Google because that's not where they are now.
Okay, and so the Jetson age, we should already be okay with because we was going to be asking, what's the robot?
Rosie.
Rosie. We're gonna be asking Rosie, where's da. And Gilroy, whatever the little boy's name was, they were already priming us to be asking.
And you know what's funny is because yesterday we were trying to do something with the A, and come to find out, it said it couldn't do it, and went and I investigated online. It said A was down globally, like the skills, because you set up your skill and say, hey, give me the news or read this or do that, play Spotify. We couldn't do any of that because something was down worldwide. And I went online and people were like, well, I got a skill set up to turn my lights and to water the plants and to water the garden and turn the lights on and open the garage they were like, well, I gotta manually do all that now. I was like, yeah, because A was down, the skill was down, and you couldn't do anything.
Oh, Lord,
it was globally. It was a global outage, but they got it back. It came back up a few hours.
Okay, so that means there should be a manual plan in place so you can get out your house, right?
Yeah, and I was thinking about people with the smart homes that have the locks and how do you get out? And they could. Somebody was like, I can't turn my lights on. I can't so and so. And I was like, oh man, you guys.
So they didn't have a manual override.
I don't know. I mean, it was different scenarios of people, different levels of like, I was just reading some of the things. Like some people were like, they couldn't, they have a skill to do things on a certain time. Like I'm not at home and I need to water my lawn, or I need to do this. The skill would do it for them at the set time. But it was down. Well,
the water ain't coming on right now, so genius, when you get home, you're gonna have to turn it on.
They gotten so used to the, the Rosie. That's the Rosie part of it. Rosie was doing everything, and now it's like, well, where's the remote and where's the this, and I can't turn my lights on, and I was like, thank God I don't have that. I just use it for Spotify and timers and reminders and
okay. Because I do have my lock on the door can be locked from my phone. Oh, I forgot to lock the door. I can punch,
But that's not with A. That's something else, right?
Right, but I can it's still me swiping it on my phone.
Yes.
And if it goes down, I'm not going to be able to do that. Exactly. And I'm like, okay, so there's a key that
you got to do the manual. I was just laughing because everybody was, because I went to the down detector or something, and everybody was in there typing like, what do I do? I gotta find it. I was like, oh my God, you people.
Mark has a comment about AI. He said AI can also not automatically know when you're asking the wrong question. Not yet, anyway. This is actually an imperative to effective coaching or strategy. Okay, TJ, got anything else for us?
No, that's it. That's your social media news and update for the week.
Woo, stuff to think about. My takeaway is check the source.
Yeah, always check the source. And the YouTube story really had people going this week. That was there were both sides. They were just.
Can see, I was cool with Zinni, and I like her persona.
The presentation,
avatar.
But see that channel's not. Nothing's going to happen to that type of channel.
No, and I just meant like, so it didn't matter that she is an avatar talking. Her information was spot on, right?
Because the mouth is synced to the voice, and everything looks great. There's nothing out of place. See, there's nothing out of place. So it's cool. It's cool. So 2 years ago, we would be like, I don't, we're not going to do that. But now, here's
the other thing. So if you were just listening to the YouTube and never saw it, just like you were listening to TV and you never saw it, you would think it was a person.
That should be a podcast. I mean, do they have a podcast for that? Because they need a podcast for that. Because I do a lot of things like the one I have in the kitchen. I want to listen. I don't watch.
Right. So the point I'm trying to make is if you are listening to something, you just need to know that you still need to fact check the information if if the source is not trusted. It doesn't matter if I don't see it.
So we've always said that. I said you got to double check everything now. We got to double and triple check. I see we got a guest in the back. I'm like, the doggy
Tessa is trying to be up on the furniture.
I love watching videos where people, the cats and the dogs come in. I'm like, it's so calming. And then she's like, hey, bye.
Now she has never been on that chair. Now she gonna get on the chair.
Well, she's in the camera.
Love it.
And then, come on.
She's on TV.
See, this brings us into a world of it's content focused. It's content. What did I call it? I called it something. I'm trying to remember. It's not about the tool because
it's about the message.
I think I told this story before when I worked in the ad agency, and one of the vice presidents, he would come to me when he saw me using the computer to put things together. He's like, when I was coming up in advertising, we had to cut to this and the onion skin. He was telling me all of these things because he was just so blown away that I could do things like click, 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 and like, here you go. He was like, well, we had to cut this and we had to do that. So, but it's all about the information you're given and experience of it. And is it truthful? Is it valuable? Is it content that people want and need? You will always win with that. So the people that are trying to make money quick with the slop YouTube videos and the crappy stuff, that is going away. Because once they're not monetized, these people are going to, well, it doesn't make me money, and they're going to drop it like a hot potato.
Right.
And they're going to try to figure out another way to make money quick. And YouTube is whack-a-mole. They'll just come after that.
You heard it right here. It's okay for you to use your AI. Just make sure you're giving us something worthy to watch.
Yeah. You use the tool. So instead of writing a blog post would take you a week, now you use the tool to a few seconds, and then you go, okay, and then you make it yours with another few more seconds, and you post it.
Yep.
That's it.
And so we want to invite you to become a part of the BizChix community. You can do that by texting biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchix.net. However you do it, we want to invite you to become a part of our community. We don't like spam, so we're not going to spam you, but we do want to bring you tips and tools and strategies to help you take the hassle out of your hustle. TJ is here on Tuesdays. Okay, y'all need to come back on Tuesdays, and I'm sure Mark got some jokes over here.
That's why I'm laughing, because Mark put stuff out and I see it and I just start laughing. I'm like, everybody, I'm laughing at Mark.
Okay, Mark is talking about sing us out. We might have a Brittany do some business. So we want to thank you for being here. We will be back next week. Just tell somebody else about us. Go check out our BizChix Tips channel, and it's called BizChix Tips. And you might find a tip or two over there that help you. It is AI driven. It is all AI driven.
Good. There you go.
And but it's some really good tips to help you out. So thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time.
Bye,
Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks.
Brittany, take us away.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.